Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in to this episode of my Stillwater fly tying series. Today we're going to tie the pretty famous, well-known ruby-eyed leech. We're going to tie it with a copper cone, little glass bead in there, and then some Arizona Simi seal and some maroon or wine Marabou feathers. It's a pretty simple pattern. Stay tuned to learn how to tie it. All right, here we go. So for the fly tying material today on this fly, we're going to use a size 8 Daiichi 1760. You can see it probably right there. For the hardware, we're going to use a small brass cone and medium glass red beads. The small ones don't fit with the small cones there. They actually, you wouldn't even see them exposed out of the back end of that cone there. So we use a medium. Thread today, I'm gonna tie with a black UTC 140. I could also use like a wine or a red, but I've got black, so we're gonna use black today. All right, so let's tie that thread in. And just while I tie this video, I'll kind of explain how I like to fish this fly. For the most part, this pattern is a searching pattern for me. I'll fish this pattern if I'm at a new lake or trying to figure out what I call the flavor of the day, trying to figure out what the fish are keyed in on. So just to get the first fish and be able to stomach pump that fish, I'll use a pattern like the ruby-eyed leech here. And it's a killer pattern just for those lakes around here. All right, for the tail in this fly, I'm gonna use a wine or maroon marabou tail, or marabou feather. And we're just gonna clip off just a little bit here. If you've watched some of my other tying videos, you probably know by now how I like to measure my tails. I like to make my fly tying tails. So there we go. I like to measure it just a little longer than the shank of the hook there. So just about there. I'm gonna trim just a bit more. Right about there, pinch it in between two of your fingers. Give it a couple good tight wraps with that thread. And the reason why I like to use UTC 140 is that you can just put a little bit more tension on that material and lock it down versus using like a UTC 70. All right, so we got that going. We are going to add a strand of cranberry red Flashabou. I love having just a little bit of a flash in the tail there. Right, and then for these, the strands are going to be about the same length as the tail there. Do a couple wraps, lock it in. Usually 2 or 3 wraps is enough. And then fold it over itself, cut it to length. I'll do it on both sides. Measure it off, cut it to length. All right, that's us so far. All right, cool. So grab your dubbing twister, create a nice 3 to 4 inch loop there with the thread. If you don't know how to use a dubbing twister, there's dozens of good videos out there giving you a demo. It's a super good little fly tying tool. All right, bring the thread back up just behind that glass bead. Give it a little whip finish and put it back on the thread stand there. See my thread stand just in the corner of the screen there. Today we're going to use a black wine Arizona Simi seal. So we'll grab a good little clump out, and just like always, I like to pull the fibers apart just so they stack horizontal. Give that a couple pulls, restack it over and over again. That helps keep all those fibers horizontal before you put them into the loop there. All right, slide them into the loop. Space them out evenly there. Try to make the fibers in the middle of that thread loop. Just like that. So you can see that. Pinch the bottom of the thread there. Give your dubbing twister about 20 or 30 wraps there. I'm going to let go of my fingers and you can see those fibers just wrap up. Just like that. Don't worry, kind of looks messy right now, but we'll fix it. Okay, lock those fibers in. All right, back to my favorite tool, trusty toothbrush. Brush out the fibers there, make them look all nice and fluffy. Just like so. All right, and so let's wrap that around the shank of the hook there. Use your free hand to lay the fibers back there. Right, once you get to the bead there, let's take our thread off the thread stand. Let's lock down that material. Usually I like to do 2 or 3 good wraps nice and tight just to lock down the material. Couple extra. Cut the excess off. All right, pretty quick fly to tie here. Oh, that's in the way. Again, I like to use a quick little dab of super glue just on the thread there for the last couple wraps just to lock all that stuff down. Alright, I find that that's better than dabbing it straight to the fly itself. You're gonna mess up more flies than you'd like to. Grab your whip finisher, give it a couple good whip finishes. Oh. And snip the thread off. Give it a couple good brushes back and forth. All right. Looking good. All right, there's the finished pattern there. Ruby-eyed leech. I hope that hope this video helps, and hope this fly pattern lands in your fly box. Thanks for watching.